first documentary. I'm pretty sure it's about GM or something. And he was having his 20th anniversary, and I was like, and this is years ago, like 2006. My boyfriend at the time, I'm like, I got to go talk to Michael Moore. We're going to need his help for the future. He's a revolutionary. We need his help. And he's like, I'm not bailing you out of jail. And I'm like, okay, but I'm going to try to slip into this convention and talk to him. And, of course, probably had a drink at lunch. I don't know. I'm just kidding. But I basically tried to kind of sneak in there, and I got firmly escorted out, and I didn't get to meet Michael Moore. But I was that close to meeting him in reality, although he probably had plenty of bodyguards protecting him. But either way, he's from Michigan, and some of his work I can throw out the window, and then other works that he's done, I'm like, oh, interesting. Got some information there. But I guess isn't that everyone's work? That's how we should determine and decide and decipher and discern what is truth to us, is listening to angles and using your brain to figure it out. You need some questions asked? Sure, go reach out to people that you feel are intelligent and maybe have some reputable sources behind them, but it's more of an internal search of your truth, because there's just so many opinions. And the way that my teacher explained it to me is, he goes, even question my truth. I'm channeling universal understandings through my ego, even though it's pretty clear everyone is teaching from their own ego. And some egos are small, so you can take a lot of their understandings, but some people have a lot of ego in their teachings, and you get to discern what you want to learn and how you want to learn it, and be a individual thinker. I think that's what Sonya and Sibyl were both talking about earlier, is just do your own research and think about it and be objective. It's helpful.
Mm-hmm. And the truth lies in your heart. Yeah. Go ahead, Sonya. I was just going to say the truth lies in your heart. The mind helps you discern your mind takes you on that journey. The truth is actually in your heart, and you're going to feel it when it's true. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead, Sonya. Sorry.
And along those lines, that's what the spiritual aspect of getting your heart and head in harmony, because you want your head in alignment with your heart, because that is your truth. But what I was going to say about the current experience that we're having is just to remember that there are two sides to everything. So don't always see things or perceive life just one way. And if you recognize that you do, then that's something that you should work on. Even with the coronavirus, we can perceive it out of fear and conspiracy or lack, stress, worry. We will operate in that vein, and that will become our reality, because that's what we are mentally entertaining. And of course, that's the energy that that we are harboring or holding in our heart. Or we can see it as an opportunity, because that be still element, that spiritual element of be still and know that I am God. Mother Earth is God. That is a spiritual aspect of God. So God is truly trying to tell us something, and we're in a stage of transformation. That's all I want to add.
It's an exciting time. Ladies, we have about 11 minutes left, and I wanted to hand the table over to Sibyl and see if there was anything in particular she wanted to get on the table today, something she felt she needed to discuss, and if not, we'll just open the floor.
I just agree with Sonya so much that Mother Earth is God, and she's getting our attention. She is shaking us, and she says, are you listening yet? Are you listening? And are you paying attention? And that's what I really think this is about. And it's also about trusting, is knowing she's got this, and to stay centered within her lap, that she's holding us, and as the veil falls, to just have the courage to stay centered, look at it as truth, don't take it in as fear. Know that things are changing, we are moving, and things are things. And what is it they say? It's chaos theory. As things are falling apart, it's like something new cannot happen until the old falls apart. So we are in the process of both. The old is falling apart, and the new is not yet here, but it is coming. But it can't come. And
simply.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a stage of regeneration. The decay is falling away, and the new is organizing, it's forming. So yes, that's exactly where we are.
It's exciting times. I mean, it feels like why I came is to be a part of the whole thing and to experience lots of things, but to be definitely standing strong when we go to rebuild and we go to gather our sources and resources and start moving forward to a more functional, sustainable way of life.
And a more inclusive way of life, too, because, you know, my whole philosophy is really more encompassing. It's all about ecology. We have all got to, not just people, we're not even talking about races of people, we're talking about all life. We have got to be much more inclusive in our design and our thought in terms of, like, when we were talking about planned development, we need to take into consideration all kinds of plant life, animal life. We are encroaching. You know, when I see a family of deer in my little townhouse community backyard, I know that man is encroaching on their territory, you know. So we've got to broaden. That's why this global pandemic is getting everyone's attention. We are one entity. Now, of course, conspiracy theorists are going to run off with the one world, the one world order or the new world order or whatever it is. That's one perspective. And if you entertain that one, then yes, that's the one that's going to come to fruition in your reality. Another perspective, I don't want to say, but because there's multiple, but another perspective to learn to live together inclusively of all life, because that wave of transformation is coming. It is coming. All right,
Brilliant.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. Yeah, we do. Animals, plants, people, sustainable for all of us and fair for all of us and kind to all of us. It's possible. I have to be honest, I'm like that. I've been watching capitalism struggle. I'm only 42 years old, so I've only been really watching it pretty closely for about 20 years or so. But I've been watching it not really be a good functionality. It's like we can't produce enough to make enough, and costs are already down. And I'm like, this is not sustainable. I wonder when this is going to give. And then here we are 20 years later where it looks like it's lost a leg. It's giving. It's losing. It's showing its ass. It's showing how weak it is and how it's a bunch of talk.
Falling away. It's the decay falling away, as we were saying earlier. This is part of it. And people, of course, you know, they don't want change. You know, and I don't know why, because God is all about change. That's what God is all about, emanating, growing, spreading, becoming new, creating. Mm-hmm. So, you know, but people are resistant to change. But listen, you better adapt. Adapt or decay. Take the choice.
Absolutely. I've been talking about on all my other shows the absolute and utter importance of being flexible. Just being able to bend, move, and shake and weave and come back from another angle just as strong and curious. And the world is requiring that we be like that. So maybe survival of the fittest has changed to survival of the most flexible and adaptable, which feels truth. If we're going to be going into all these transformations, which we already have been, if we continue going at this pace, it's going to require people to view things from another angle, and that is so eye-opening. It's incredible, and that grows people's imaginations and views, and I think that's a good way to go. So I'm seeing good things come out of this. I know people are struggling, and I pray for them, and I send energy to the earth every single day several times, and people that are having a hard time with shortages of things and food and fear. I send them energy, but hold tight. At the end of the shaking, we really are going to get a bigger, better, more available opportunity for building that new we talked about, letting the old fall and corrode away and being here, building the new. It's very exciting. It's stressful. It's exciting, though.
Yeah, they say, you know, if you incarnated now, that's why you came, was to be part of the great shift. You know, the great shift is happening. The great turning is happening. The great awakening is happening. And we're all here to be part of it.
It's true. In some of my spiritual understandings, I don't have many dogmas, but some of them are you pick the time frame continuum you come into and you pick the womb you come out of. And that would line up with, yes, we came here strategically to be a part of the biggest shift, or one of them on the planet. And and I can see, I've always called me and my friends rogue souls. You know, we've got this spiritual warrior energy where we're not weak, but we're very heartful. And I feel like there's a bunch of us on the planet that are like that, and I love that, and I think that was strategic. Send in the rogue soldiers to break down some walls, and right behind us will come whatever souls that are lined up behind us. The millennials are a certain way, and then you got the Gen Z being a certain way. It's all strategically lined up. Will it still be hard and a lot of work and thinking and organizing? Yes, but we've definitely set ourselves up to win this game, no doubt. Ladies, we have a couple minutes left, and if there's anything on your hearts, go ahead and say it. If not, we'll talk a little bit about some of the other shows on our network. Do you ladies have anything you want to say?
No, I'm good.
How about you, Sonya?
The only thing is that I'm just going to invite people to watch my videos, Sibyl Star, on YouTube, and go to my Facebook page, Star Nation Oracle. My website, SibylStar.com, I'm in the process of upgrading it, but I do have a website. Okay.
Wonderful. Find Sibyl, get yourself a reading, get yourself some questions answered. Sonya, do you want to tell everyone how they can get a hold of you and when your other show is?
Yes, you can find me on Facebook as Sonya Spirit, or One for All is Love. That's ONE, the number 4, ALLISLOVE @gmail.com, and also on Facebook. And on every Wednesday with Heart Over Ego radio station at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, or 1:30 Pacific. And basically it's all about spirituality and how to navigate through current events, understanding universal laws and knowing yourself and what that entails.
Beautiful. And that's at our sister network, Heart Over Ego Radio. We have a slew of shows over there. One, of course, being Sonya's All for One is Love. Check her out. We're on all major podcast apps. And, of course, we are Political Star Talk on Third Eye Political Radio. You can find us on all major podcast apps as well as YouTube. You can find me at thealchemysisters.com or on Facebook or Instagram, The Alchemy Sisters. You can also email me at heartoverego@gmail.com. I do a series of sessions, or I guess we'll call it a plethora of sessions. I do some quantum karmic healing, so I like to do shamanic journeys as well as read your parallel lives to you, which help you directly in this life, because time doesn't exist. Everything's happening right now. Again, another construct we play around with when we come to these time-space continuums. But I offer my people that listen to my podcast a deal. So if you're listening, let me know, and I'll give you $50 an hour sessions. That's $20 off, so go ahead and take advantage of that. We can also do a half an hour if that suits you. And if someone really needs to work with me and they need that scale slid, I can do that for you too. I'm always happy to work with anyone that needs the assistance. I appreciate you, ladies. It's always a pleasure. We'll talk behind the scenes to see when our next show will be, but stay tuned, everybody. This is Political Star Talk, and we are Third Eye Political Radio, and you are here with Jennie, Sonya, and Sibyl Star. Until next time, have a lovely evening.
You're listening to Third Eye Political Radio, and we really appreciate you joining us. And when you have a moment, why don't you check out our sister station, Heart Over Ego Radio, where we offer a lineup of shows that are guaranteed to raise your vibrations and guide you into your best life. We offer shows on Sundays, Everyday Psychic Radio, Mondays, The Alchemy Sisters, Tuesdays, Radical Spirituality, and on Wednesdays, All for One is Love. And then we close out the week on Fridays with Rain Radio. Amazing shows produced for you 5 days a week, only on Blog Talk Radio. That's right, it's our sister